What up, YouTube? You already know Big Lou, the Latin assassin himself, tapping back in with what it do with Big Lou NFZR2, baby. So, like I said, I don't know if you guys have watched the previous video that I posted regarding Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney and the things that are circulating around Ryan Garcia's and his health, mental health. But at the end of that video, I said that I was going to be doing a video on Joey Merlino, a second video, because of some comments that I had. Two comments that I received from the original video I did on him about the Vlad TV interview. But today, I was already planning on doing the video, a short video, just to address two comments that were made. But then today on Instagram, it might have been yesterday on Instagram, which is the thumbnail that I screenshotted and then I used it as a thumbnail for this video. It was the Skinny Joey Merlino podcast, their Instagram account, and it was two pages, or I don't know what you call that when they post two different slides or whatever. The first one was little Snuff talking, and then the second one was just and you could see Joey sitting on the stage, and then the second one was Joey speaking, but it wasn't audio; it was just a picture. It wasn't a video clip; it was just a picture. But anyways, so let me get into the reason why I was gonna make this second video. Okay, so in the comment section of the first Joey Merlino video that I did, one comment was posted that that Joey Merlino's dry snitching. Now, I don't look at it that way because he's just talking about things that are public record, right? Anybody can, go and get the transcripts of the, they could FOIA the court proceedings and all that, right? I don't believe that Merlino ever spoke to a investigator on the state side or the federal side. I don't believe he ever never got on the stand and testified, right? And he usually took his cases to the box, right? When we say to the box, that means the jury trial. I think the one case that he described where he thought he got 7 years times 3 or 4 or whatever, when he supposedly intervened, well, not supposedly, but when he said he intervened with Phil Leonetti's mom was getting messed with at a bar, and he intervened, and he was given 7 years, but consecutive 7 years. It's called consecutive, but slang term is called bow-legged. And then you'll hear some people say running wild. So that means you can be given one sentence of, say, 5 years and another sentence of, say, 4 years or 5 years or 3 years or whatever. And they'll say running consecutive. So that means you got to do the one sentence first, and then you do the second sentence. If it said concurrent, then that means you just do the bigger sentence and the second sentence runs with it at the same time, which usually that's what people get most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Unless the judge stipulates it or it's stipulated in the plea deal, right? But on the federal level, it's a lot different because you got guidelines, minimum mandatories, all that type of stuff. So, and if you have a record already, then it changes the scope of the scale, and you know what I'm saying, all that different things. So it was said that he dry snitched. Now, I don't agree that he dry snitched. Now, protocol is when you're part of an organization, you don't speak, period, right? You don't speak about anything, but then again, we're in 2024. So, I'm not going to say who, but I've seen a couple guys come on social media, but then at some point it's found out by their higher ups in their organization. And then it's asked, they're told you better get that shit down. And then they go and ask the person that spoke to them to take it down, and then it gets taken down. So it's a little respecting there, not an intimidation thing. But again, it's 2024, and Joey Merlino is Joey Merlino. I think Joey Merlino is just like people say. Joey Merlino's Joey Merlino. He don't give a flying fuck what anybody thinks. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been on the radio station at some point in the 90s. And you know what I'm saying? And when they're giving out turkeys and things like that, being out there in the front and all that. But he says that, it ain't about that. It's about helping out people when he's there, the older clips of him doing this. So again, I don't agree that he's dry snitching. Dry snitching is telling things that ain't been, that dry snitching is when it's a form of you telling, but you're not all the way telling. So in other words, dry snitching means if you know that something happened and you keep repeating it or you might repeat it over and over again on a video or something, or two people and out, on the public, and you're hoping that whoever you're telling that to gets a hold of the authorities, and then the authorities go and look into it. Or you might even drop little lugs to the authorities, but don't fully tell. That's dry snitching. And there's a few different forms of it too. But it's obvious that some people don't even know what dry snitching is, because a lot of times on here, I see content creators who say they're journalists and blah, 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 but they got a real strong opinion about shit. Which when you're a journalist, you're not supposed to have, you shouldn't have a strong opinion. Like, you might put something out there, but you don't it's just crazy. These people, the way they talk, and they're not about that life. Never were, never. I mean, and some of them will tell you, but for some reason, at certain points, they want to be tough guys, right? And I'm doing a video about that too, probably tomorrow. Like I said, I mentioned before, I got a ton of content ready to go. I just got to decide which ones I'm going to go with. And now, since I'm stepping into the political scene a little bit, I don't want to flood, my subscribers and viewers, with a bunch of political videos, because I haven't been with that, barely until 2 weeks ago. And I was just real quick, couple little videos, but it wasn't to the point where I'm going now. And I know a lot of the subscribers that I got, they're from back east, and they're probably, and that really doesn't have nothing to do with it, but I'm pretty sure that some of them ain't gonna agree with what I think or my perspective on things. But like I said, I'm gonna come with facts on things, right? And unfortunately, I'm not that good tech wise, to be able to know, to know how to edit and put things in, and I come from my phone most of the time, so unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to do that yet until I, find the right people that can help me out with that, and I'm willing to pay. So anybody out there hears this, and are willing to work with me at a reasonable price, I'm willing. I'm here. Let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna be coming with facts. So numbers don't lie. You can't dispute numbers. At that point, it's not facts. It's what's the word that people will call it something facts. I forgot what the word is right now off the top of my head. Somebody will help me though. Drop it in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So Joey, that was the first comment that I wanted to touch on, because at first I'm like, who are you saying? Because I asked the question back. I go, well, who are you saying is dry snitching? I'm dry snitching? Because I was like, what the fuck, right? I didn't get it. Right? I didn't understand, because it wasn't clear how they put the comment with the statement, and comment was all together, and it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? And so I asked it, and and the person that said it, I'm not gonna single him out or say who he is. He's a very controversial individual himself. You know what I'm saying? That's he's done told. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised that I seen him in my comment section. I was like, what the heck, right? So he's already, I don't know what the extent of his cooperation was. I know he cooperated, guaranteed that, and I know he was placed in the witness protection, but I'm not sure if he changed his name and all that. I don't think he did, but still, and I'm not gonna down talk him or anything for what he did. That was his choice. He, like I always said before, when I was sometimes when I was watching Messing with Jimmy, and I say Jimmy did what he did. He'll have to answer for that if anybody comes at him. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, it was about, he was trying to get at youngsters and tell them about, youngsters. And when they say youngsters, they're not necessarily saying 13, 14, 15-year-old kids. They're talking about like young men, young cats, 25, 20-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? Like that. But it is good to get them even younger at 12, 13, 14 years old too. You know what I'm saying? But when he made that comment about, oh, the Justice Department's on my side and blah, 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 I'm like, what the fuck? I'm cool with that. No way. I don't support that whatsoever. That's not what, no, So I stepped away. That was too much for me. And no, I can't support that whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and so yeah, so this cat, you know, he did what he did, and like I said, he'll have to answer for it. But I'm not gonna be on here knocking him. You know, he's going through his own things for what he did. You know, as far as his family not messing with him, people, you know, talking bad about him, saying that you know, he wasn't all that with his dad like he says he was. You know, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. All I know is the times I've seen him on you know, in documentaries and things like that. But that's about it. You know, so I wanted to touch on that. And like I said, I'm not going to single him out. You know, everybody in that world, you know, that pay attention to them, you know, that genre, they know who he is. You know what I'm saying? But it's not for me to, you know, put him on blast. I just wanted to put the comment on blast, but speak about it from my perspective. And then the second one comment was when I said, well, because I had mentioned in the last video, well, he said he don't mess with people that platform rats, but then he went on Vlad TV, who has platformed more rats than anybody, right? And and the comment was, well, he went on there because he's trying to get more exposure for his channel. You know, which no shit, Sherlock. I mean, I know that. I mean, you know, that's why that's a no brainer. I mean, I don't even, you know, that's like one of them things that's like it's a no brainer. There's no reason for somebody to have to say it like they have a righteous point when it's obviously that's what's going on. Vlad has over what 4 or 5 million subscribers, right? So he gets hundreds of thousands of views on mostly all his videos, and on some of his good videos, he gets million two, you know, views. You know what I'm saying? And he's got quite a few videos like that. So, you know, that goes without saying. I don't know how much more exposure he got from that. I know at one point, I mean, because he did, Merlino did pick up like 20, 30,000 subscribers like pretty fast. Like I want to say within a week or two, I think it was. But then he, you know, he bowed out at some point, you know, or it just went even. And I think the last time I had checked, before I had checked this last time, I think he had about 40,000 subscribers, and that right now he's at about almost 50,000. So did he pick up, you know, a good, you know, 6 to 8,000 subscribers from the Vlad interview? Yeah, it could be. I mean, it's very likely. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big jump, I would think, because most of the time when you go on somebody's channel, if you can pick up like 20, 30 subs, I think that's pretty darn good. So if you're picking up in the thousands from an interview you did with them, that's damn good, right? Because you figure say 6 to 8,000 subscribers, and say half of them, you get views off half of them. That's 4,000 more views you're gonna get now per video, right? So, and then you know, how many members, you know, how many members signed up on the Patreon channel? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you figure if you're charging, you know, I don't know, $5 to be a member, and you got 1,000 members, you know, that's a decent little chunk of change every month. I mean, yeah, you're not living extravagant, nothing like that, but I mean, hey, you get by for a while, and you only get better, in my opinion. You can only go up. I mean, the only way you're gonna go down if you don't post no more, right? I would believe. I mean, this is all new still to me, even though I've had this channel for a while, and I got a couple thousand subscribers, but like so many people say, you know, it's not translating yet, because a lot of the subscribers I get from the shorts, and most of the shorts are all the dogs, you know. And so they might subscribe, but they don't probably hit the bell notification for all, you know what I'm saying? And so that's how that works. But you know, I'm gonna keep going at it. I've been posting videos the last couple of days. I'm gonna keep going, and hopefully I get back on track and get those numbers back up like I had them. I was on track to get monetized, and then I took that good 5 month break, and you know, my numbers just took a dive. You know, so I'm on the track to recover. I'm on the recovery track right now. But second part of those were the the two questions I wanted to hit on this video, and then now, from what I observed from their Instagram yesterday or today, I forgot when I seen it. They went to Grover Washington Junior High, school in Philadelphia school district, man. So, you know, I heard Little Snuff talking about that he had 10 friends. They all got ankle tattoos, which I don't know why they got it on their ankle. They should have got it somewhere else. That's kind of funny, but I don't know, maybe they were real young when they got them. 10 of them from 10 friends from kindergarten all the way to high school, and that 8 out of the 10 are in current recovery, and 2 had passed away. And then Joey's right there with him as he's talking, and then Joey at some point talks too. I don't know what Joey said, because it was only a picture. Little Snuffs was actually audio, but nonetheless, he was there. He was supporting Little Snuff, and then he spoke too. So I doubt he got up there and said, "F the government," you know, uh, all them type. The judges are crooked, them that type of stuff. I'm pretty sure he spoke about crime, at least gambling. Don't become a gambler at the very least. I mean, hey, even if you're saying that means something, because as people know, that's a bad that can become a bad addiction, and you become a degenerate, right? And here you are trucking off everything you've earned over your years of hard work, and even possibly running your family in the dirt, because you're trucking off all your assets that you built up, your equity in your house, bank accounts, 401k, any type of stock and bonds you might have, even college funds for your kids, grandkids. You might even have an old vintage car. You got to be selling it, losing it because you owe. Who knows? It's just, that's an ugly cycle as well. And I'm pretty sure he spoke something about crime, and that revolving door of in and out the joint, and you know what I'm saying. And I'm speaking from my personal experience. I wasted over 10 years of my life in that place. You know how many birthdays of my kids I missed? How many special, occasions? The first time crawling, walking, first day of school, different things with different ones of my kids. You know what I'm saying? And you can never get that time back, regardless. So I'm pretty sure Joey made some type of comment. Some type of, not comments, but some type of conversation that he was, leading there. I don't know if they were asking questions, if he did something like that, or he just was speaking, but nonetheless, it says a lot about him that he did do that. So Dominic Sicali shouldn't have nothing to say no more, period. And I doubt he's going to stop there. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a little video. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and tap out. And it'd be highly appreciated if you haven't already, whoever watches this video, to hit the subscribe button, like the video if you like it, hit the thumb down if you don't like it, and share with your family, friends, folks, peoples, buddies, pals, amigos, and like us Puertorriqueños, Boricuas, Ibaritos say, panas. Vaya. I'm out.